For the first time, I'm spending the night out here completely alone. No vehicle, no backup plan, no distractions. Out here in the Ojito wilderness, relying on only myself, and seeing what happens when it's just me and the desert.
Awesome! Good howdy, folks. I'm James Blackburn, filmmaker, actor, and adventure seeker. I live in the American Southwest, and I'm surrounded by breathtaking landscapes and endless possibilities. My passion? Capturing life's beauty through lens and screen. From Red Rock Canyons to Hollywood movie sets, I'm always on the move. Join me on my video adventures as I navigate the wilds of the entertainment industry and the great outdoors. Let's explore together. Awesome!
10 years, 10 overnighters in this wilderness. Same desert, same silence. Different version of me every time. But this one is different. I've camped solo before, slept with my vehicle nearby, packed up when I wanted. This time, everything I need is on my back. I won't lie. There's a small voice asking if I'm really ready for this. Not the distance, but the quiet. No friends around the campfire tonight. No shared stories, just wind and whatever shows up in my own head. 24 hours, 1 mile in. My first official solo backpack overnighter. Welcome to the Ojito Wilderness. There are a lot of places I could go. Higher mountains, longer miles, bigger views. But I keep coming back here, to this quiet stretch of desert, because something about this place feels like truth.
All right, first major hoodoo on the trail, maybe quarter mile from the parking lot, but I always take the little trail bypass here and check that out. Oh wow, that bird was black and white. First hoodoo of the trip, but there'll be more coming soon. Yeah. I love that thing. Beautiful.
I've walked this trail many times, with 3 friends, with 2 friends, with just 1 friend, laughing, talking, planning the next shot. Today, it's quieter. The desert doesn't change much, but I do. And maybe that's why I keep coming back.
All right. The section before this, I call it the Great Wall because there's a wall of rock there. But then right afterwards is the beach. You can see why this sand looks like something you'd see at a beach, at a lake or an ocean possibly. And I've nicknamed this the beach a long time ago, so I'm always glad to get to walk through here again. And not far after the beach is the wave. So they kind of tie together. Show you the wave in just a minute.
Every ounce on your back reminds you, comfort is parked at the trailhead. The air out here is different, dry, still. It pulls the moisture out of your mouth, slows everything down, and reminds you this place doesn't adjust to you, you adjust to it. Half mile in, the wave. I've stopped here every year, almost like a checkpoint, a quiet reminder that tradition matters. The Hoodoo Pines are another half mile ahead, 1 mile from the trailhead, a modest distance. But for a first solo backpack overnight, it feels just right. Leaving the wave behind, the trail gets quieter. Not because the desert changes, but because I do. This is usually the part of the hike where conversations would pick up. Someone telling a story, someone pointing out a rock formation, someone laughing at something that probably wasn't that funny, but felt funny in the moment. Today, none of that. Just footsteps, wind, and the rhythm of moving forward. It's a different kind of awareness. When you're alone out here, you notice more. The sound of the ground under your boots, the way the light hits the rock, the subtle shift in elevation, even when it barely feels like a climb. You start to realize you're not just walking through the desert, you're participating in it. Every step matters a little more. Every decision feels a little more intentional, because there's no one else to rely on. No second opinion, no shared responsibility. Just you and the path ahead. And somewhere in that, something starts to settle. The noise quiets down, not all at once, but little by little. Thoughts slow down, breathing evens out, and for a moment, everything feels simple again. I've always called this section Mars, and no, not because of the rocks in the background, but because everything out here just feels different, like you took a wrong turn somewhere and ended up on another planet.
All right, there it is. I call that tree right there Tim Burton tree, because it looks like something he'd have in one of his movies. Continuing the journey.
Walk, breathe, keep going. It's strange how something this small, just 1 mile from the trailhead, can feel like stepping into a completely different world. And maybe that's the point. You don't always have to go far to go somewhere meaningful. One mile. That's all it took to separate comfort from commitment. Laughter, shared meals, inside jokes. Tonight, it holds something else. Just me. When you hike alone, nature gets louder. Not with sound, but with presence. The wind feels bigger. The sky feels heavier. And you realize how small you are. Not insignificant, just honest. At first, it's peaceful. Then it's uncomfortable. And then, if you stay long enough, it becomes honest. There's a moment, right when you arrive, where everything gets very still. Not just around you, but inside you. The pack comes off, the weight shifts, and you realize you're here. No turning back for the night. No quick walk to the car. This is home now, for at least the next 24 hours. And for the first time on this trail, I feel the difference. Not just physically, but mentally.
All right, folks. Made it in the 1 mile that I wanted to do. I know that's not a lot, but 1 mile backpacking in from your car, it's still officially backpacking. And I'm going to be staying the night up in this area near the Hoodoo Pines. This is going to be awesome. Okay, if you're wondering why it's called the Hoodoo Pines, well, we're in the desert here, but there's some big ponderosa pines here that are kind of out of character for the desert. And down here at the ground level are a bunch of hoodoo rocks. So here you have hoodoos and you have pines. So hence the name Hoodoo Pines. Now, this is my 10th year here, so I usually camp in the same spot every time, but I have changed it up once or twice. And even right here, I strung up a hammock one year from this tree to that tree, and I slept in a hammock right there. But normally, when I have a tent with me, which I have today, I go down here away from the Hoodoo Pines area a little bit and to a spot where I have slept many times, a little more private, a little more quiet, off the trail, so maybe nobody will even know you're here. And that is right back here. So here in a few minutes, I am gonna bring the tent back to this spot right here. You can see that is a nice flat sandy spot between trees, and I've put a tent there many, many times, so today is gonna be the same. All right, this is gonna be an awesome night. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like to be out here solo and just, you know, doing my first official backpack overnighter all by myself. So yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I know I keep saying that, but look at me, I can't stop smiling. All right, up here is a little bit of a shady spot where I may hang out for a while because it's warm out here today, and I still got about 3 hours of daylight left, I think, before the sun even starts to go down. And you know, sometimes taking a break in the shade is a nice thing. All right, folks, one of the first things I like to do when I get to base camp is unload the backpack, go through all the gear, and reassess what I brought and how to organize it for base camp. So we're gonna do that now. All right, everything's pulled out. It's either sitting on the ground or hung up in a tree. And now we're gonna kind of organize a bit, and here in a little bit, we'll set up the tent.
There's a quiet responsibility that comes from being alone out here. Every choice matters. Where you set up, how you prepare, what you pay attention to, and maybe more importantly, what you don't. It's not heavy, but it's real. And standing here, in this place I've shared with others for years, it feels different. Familiar, but new at the same time. Like I'm meeting this place again for the first time.
All right, normally I go down here behind some of these bushes and I put my tent down there. But I did mention earlier that over here to my left, I have put a hammock between these two trees to camp. And I'm not going to do that tonight because I didn't bring the hammock. But I was thinking about putting my tent back here next to that boulder there on the ground. Pretty flat spot. And it'll be a lot closer to my base camp than having to walk later when it gets dark down to the other spot. So I think I'll change it up today, and I'm going to put a tent right there. It's going to be awesome.
There's something different about setting up camp alone. No background conversation, no distraction. Every sound matters more. Every movement feels intentional. This isn't about proving anything. It's about learning how I am with myself without noise.
All right, folks, shelter's in place. Got all my bedding in there ready to go. my wardrobe for later when it gets cold is also in there, and just prepping to make sure I'm ready to go when it gets cold, because it may be 70 right now, but it's going to go down to the 40s really quickly after sunset. So I'm glad I got this all ready to go. Good howdy, folks. Oh yeah, just taking a little break here in the shade. It was only in the 70s out here today, but in the desert, when you're moving and you're working, the 70s feels kind of hot. So I'm in the shade at the moment. We're not all shade yet. As a matter of fact, back here behind me, you can see pretty blown out back there still. The sun's still hitting that little spot. So anyway, just taking a little break here in the shade and realizing that in about 2 hours, the sun's going to be completely set. And then it'll start to get dark and cold. So I got to be prepared for that. So I'm going to prep stuff for dinner here in a little bit, and then probably put on my extra layers for when the sun goes down, because I don't want to freeze. So stay tuned, because that's some exciting, fun stuff. One other thing about when the sun sets is not only does it get cold, but it starts to get dark. And I'm only a mile from the truck, so I'm not worried. And I have camped, like I said, 2 other times where I soloed, but it was literally camping with my vehicle not too far away. This is me a mile in from the truck. So it's a true backpacking experience, my true first solo backpacking experience, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm not really that nervous yet. I don't know why. I get nervous when I think about it when I'm in town, but when I'm out here, it doesn't frighten me that much. I don't know why. I just have a peace and a calm when I'm out here. All right, folks, fast forward to a couple hours later. I was just out gathering firewood because it's part of the camping tradition, and you know, it's awfully a lot of fun to have a nice campfire when you're out here, especially when you're alone. As you can tell, the sun is definitely getting closer to setting. Not quite there yet. Where I'm sitting, however, the sun is permanently set for the day. But off in the distance, you can see there's still some beautiful sun on the desert. So yeah, gonna start dinner here in just a little bit. Just relaxing and realizing I'm out here completely alone. There's nobody else here.
And here's the part we don't talk about enough. Fear has a cost. Not just physical risk, but emotional cost, life cost. Every time we say, not today, maybe later, that's too much, we don't just avoid something scary, we miss something meaningful. A moment, a memory, a version of ourselves we haven't met yet.
Water good. All right, folks. Well, I did the hike in, set up the camp, lounged around camp for a few hours, and kind of just took pictures and video. And now it's to dinner time. Tonight, we're doing Mountain House cheesy pepperoni pizza bowl. Haven't tried this one yet. So I like cheesy, I like pepperoni, and I like bowls. So it should be pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna get some water boiling here. Got it all measured out here and ready to go. He'll live to see another day. All right, gonna let this boil. And the Mountain House says to carefully add 1 1/3 cups of boiling water to pouch. Stir carefully. Close zipper, wait 9 minutes. Now, what I normally do is I give these a little bit more time. I don't know why, but sometimes they need a few extra minutes in the higher elevation. So it says 9 minutes. Well, we'll probably go 15, you know, but yeah, this is going to be yummy. So stay tuned. All right, what it looks like before it gets rehydrated. Smells good already, and there's not even any water in there yet. All right, the rehydrification begins. About 15 minutes, I'm going to have myself a nice, yummy dinner. Before I get too far into eating it, I wanted to show you what it looked like after it's rehydrated. It's not the most appetizing looking food, but boy, it tastes good. Highly recommend it. Mountain House Cheesy Pepperoni Pizza Bowl. Yes, yes, yes.
All right, as I was saying before I prepped dinner, I haven't tried this one yet, and I'm curious how it tastes, so here we go. That's pretty good. It's like eating a pizza without the crust. 9 years of campfires here. Shared warmth, shared stories. Tonight, the fire answers only to me, and it's quieter than I expected. Not lonely, just still. I'm not 25 anymore, and I don't want to be. I want to earn the miles. 10 years ago, I came here for the adventure. Now I come here for the alignment. I don't know about for you folks, but for me, sitting at a campfire in the wilderness having dinner is a really awesome feeling. I feel so good being out here. It's like the rest of the world and the problems don't exist right now. It's just me, campfire, wilderness, and dinner. Sometimes growth doesn't look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like sitting alone, eating dinner in nature, and realizing you're okay. The desert at night doesn't care how old you are. It doesn't care what you accomplished. It just exists. And maybe that's the lesson. I don't have to be anything out here. I just have to be present.
Campfire dinner time. The Ojito Wilderness. Check that out. Yeah, this is awesome.
All right. Fire's feeling really nice, of course, even though it's not that cold out yet. I think the prediction for up here tonight's 40, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. It's probably still 60-ish, maybe 55 right now, but you know, it's not that late yet. It's about 7 p.m. and I'm just sitting here enjoying the fire. It's one of my favorite parts of camping is this moment right here, right now. Just caveman television, as my good friend Roger calls it. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up the campfire scene here, but stay tuned because in a little while I'm heading over to the tent and we'll do a wrap-up video there for the night. So thanks for joining me and enjoy this fire with me. Good medicine being out here in the desert. Just a nice night, almost a full moon, and it's quiet, it's peaceful, and it's dark. And being out here alone, connected to something ancient, something untouched, it did something to me. It made me want to move, to dance around the fire, not as a performance, but as a response. It may not look graceful, but it felt right at that moment.
Awesome!
10 years feels like a long time, until you're sitting under the same stars, realizing how fast it all moved. Same sky, different person.
All right, folks, I'm in the tent, as you can see. It's tight little tent, not much space in here, but I love it. That's my first solo backpacking trip up to the time I got in the tent to go to sleep. Now we stay the night and get up tomorrow morning, pack up and head out and go do it again somewhere else. So as usual, love, love, hate, hate. Take care of each other.
Life is beautiful if you know where to look. So keep your mind, your eyes, and your heart open. It just might lead you somewhere special. Please check out my channel for over 1,000 additional video adventures. Thanks for watching.
Purple Martians.
All right, that's perfect. I love it.